up and punish you hard, non-stop, constant pressure, and you have a Wukong to follow up, Zeka's going to have a lot of trouble in the early game, and you're going to have control at bottom, so there's a lot of prio there. There's one player I think who can be the glue that holds this comp together until it gets to the later parts of the game where the Varus is going to have a lot of damage. You're going to have Ashe engage. That player, just on your screen moments ago, Clid, has a lot of pressure on him this game. He's going to have to make sure that Varus Ashe lane is protected when they want to go for their heavy push with their wave clear. He's going to have to protect Kassadin here.
Did anyone watch yesterday? Was Clid taking notes from Owner? You think he's ready to get his Kassadin in the head?
Yesterday with T1, so we're going to see this potential level 1 skirmish, is so similar to this one, except it was a double 80 carry lane for Keria playing one additional new AD support. But you had the Kalista, which is a pushing lane like the one that Viper and Life are trying to run.
Guys.
I mean, there's a lot of damage at this level 1, but not going to be the value they were looking for.
Interesting. I guess really trying to get some deep wardage early, make sure that this lane can get... Ooh, that was close as well. Paige is probably like 2 seconds off his W there.
They have the brush control, so the brush control allows you to actually do stuff here at level 1, as we will see. Kingen helps Clid, who will be pathing bottom side here. Needs to be shadowing mid and bottom, as we mentioned in the early parts of this game. Peanut also heading in that direction. Shocker starting off the blue buff, because you need to be punishing this extremely potent Varus Ashe lane.
It's just what they're going to do. Heal used early by Delight. We're seeing this more and more just because level 1s and level 2s are just so important for getting lane priority, lane positioning.
And with the Ashe Arrow, the Clid ultimate here with the Sejuani, he has to take cleanse this game, Paze does. And so some of those trades I was talking about, trying to get the earlier level 2 and stuff like that, not realistic here. And even with the heal, Life doesn't use his. Viper has
refillable to wash it down with. I think his mouth might be a little bit dry after that biscuit. As here we go, Ghost popped once again. Kane going in for the dive. Doran in a bit of trouble as he does not have his flash back up. This is looking pretty elementary, as that will be the first blood given over to Kingen in the solo kill, as no snipe comes out from Viper onto Delight.
Yeah, Peanut really wants to ult and turn this and punish this plate attempt, but look at the damage.
Just kind of walked up and almost died as the culling comes out here. Viper in a little bit of trouble. Viper's
positioning, trying to grab this plate, is perfectly out of range of Peanut's Flash Cyclone, because he wants to Flash Cyclone and kill Viper here and punish him.
He has to be so careful. Okay. Because, I mean, Arrow and Flash could happen. Looks like he's not going to Flash, just going to charge it up, and Paze will respect.
He's going to, be delayed in his back timing here as well, and will lose even more minions. Peanut took all of that. Yeah.
Almost exactly.
Yeah.
That is so free. So for the Kassadin, he's feeling pretty peachy right now.
Yeah, it's not a fake or triple kill. That's the one thing that's different is, we did see some trade back in that game yesterday with T1, where Kuma Keria had some skirmishes. It's, okay, this time Doran's going in.
And the flash is down, and it doesn't matter anyway. Doran is just getting kind of rocked up here. Kingen is back in form for this game, and Doran does not know what to do.
Yeah, he went in deep and got punished.
Tidal wave, though. Very nice. Viper does not care, as the arrow will hit, and Paze just barely going to survive.
Clid is here.
Our Life are destroying them. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, this is... I don't know what to say, guys. Paze has to cleanse.
Yeah, cleanse. I mean, Viper could have even tried to go for a flash. I mean, this is right there.
This is a turret, unless they TP Chovy.
Okay, Peanut comes down, gets a couple of flashes, but guess who's here? It's Zeka. He's already on the roam. He doesn't have to teleport. He's got Ignite. Yeah. I mean, if they want to fight, they are ready to throw down.
Yeah. Basically, Zeka is like, you guys want to lose the game right now? I didn't think so.
I can beat you now or later. You choose.
So much extra plate gold going into Force for Doran too, because he just needs some extra movement here. It's just like, please give me all the pieces. Oh,
Ignite, guess what? Okay. Gonna be forced to use that. Looks like Zeka was on cooldown as Kingen's going in. I don't know about that one, but he's looking for the kill. He nearly gets Doran, who goes into the mini-gnar right at the end, and that was a little bit scary, but they do get the kill in the end.
Thing is, that doesn't matter. You know, it's a kill on a Wukong.
It's top lane.
It's a top lane. It's a
Naturally, he would try to go bot and try to help out that lane, but he was just denied so many times that he kind of gave up on it.
The Maokai ban is actually so critical in this game because if you have Maokai, you can actually ult this Varus Ashe lane, but Wukong cannot close the gap because he will be arrowed or chained of corruption or blocked by Clid, so he doesn't have a lot of power on that bottom side.
Okay, that was denied. The hop is kind of funny as, okay, that's a lot of CC though, as Peanut will follow up. Life goes down once again. Second Cyclone is huge, and Zeka doesn't quite have the damage just yet to follow up on this one. Gen G find an excellent fight, as it looked like Doran got caught, but no, he was just baiting him in.
Doran with an R-bar buys so much time. Peanut comes over. It's basically this weird, slow wombo combo of CC, and now valuable gold here on this turret. We're going to see a TP.
I guess that will be enough, but Gen G, they got themselves back in the game with that one. P's also picking up a kill.
And this should be Genji rotating over to Rift Herald here, although I suppose Peanut doesn't have ult and is very low, so they're just going to back off. It's second Herald.
Fed, the top lane's doing really well. Like, you feel very comfortable in that position, but at the same time, you have Kassadin, who didn't finish his rod. He has no damage, basically, at this point, so, like, I don't know, a little bit split, but either way.
I'm going to give Peanut credit for that. You know, Peanut and Doran knowing they could turn that, because a lot of teams also just let Doran die there and are like, ooh, this is too rough. But
why 5v5 on the second Rift Herald, though, is like my question. As the arrow is going to hit in the back line, Doran has to flash away from the chains of corruption. Both sides have a decent amount of CC, but HANWHA Life more so, as Clid in the front line will get that ult onto Peanut, who nearly will survive, nearly gets sniped as Pace goes in. Not sure about that, buddy. Very, very far forward, and Pingen is an unkillable guy.
He wanted to ultimate into the
pit.
Oh,
nice from Doran. Gets over the wall, gets the Kassadin as well, as they're trying to lock down Zeka, and they will. And Pingen will also go down. Doran just immediately gets spanked in lane, doesn't matter, pulls it immediately back in the next two team fights.
Kingen really wanted to pull him into the pit there, but actually causes a big problem for HANWHA Life Esports. Gives Doran the opportunity to set up for that late Gnar ultimate and actually turn this fight around. I think if you just let him walk away there, or if you can get the angle to push him into the pit, it looks way better for you. But they stay too long, overextend, and Gen G grab this Baron. And man, the early game for HANWHA was so good, and they did everything right. And
it's too good to be true.
I'm going to say it again. I really think tunneling on killing Doran on the top fight on that second Herald is a mistake any team could make. With the vision they had, I can let that one go. But fighting for third Drake when you already have a 2 Drake with the crush into the ult there, gets 2, Chovy gets a triple kill, suddenly the Azir's online, and Gen G have full map control and a Baron buff.
And HANWHA Life just playing how many times can we fight before Rod is done for the Kassadin. Not a game you want to play. Clid is going to get caught here. As, you know, he's very tanky, but not tanky enough. Not against a supremely fed Chovy Azir at this point in the game. And, yeah, the Lucian got really far behind.
So he has the protection. He can just warp over.
Will Doran die is the question. It is 3-on-2, and Peanut's doing a pretty decent job on the Kingen. As now Pace will get over here first. Nice knock up to stop the culling. Not going to matter, as Peanut will survive. And they take down Kingen.
They commit to stopping Zeka. It was greedy, and I was all about it, though, because he was shadowed by Kingen. Unfortunately, still just not enough to win that fight, and Doran gets
flat up. Okay.
All right, so Gen G now with this vision setup that they had for a brief period around the Baron, that's now, you know, somewhat faded away. They're going to reset it up again and take Baron, or rather take this Drake, because HANWHA are not doing anything. And yeah, Kassadin has 3 items now, but this doesn't just by default get better for HANWHA. They need to be decisive and need to set up a pick. You have a pick comp with tons of damage in a long fight. It's not lethality Varus. You have arrows, use them. Here's one, doesn't hit, but like, fish, okay? Look at how quickly the cooldown is coming back for life. You'd be basically hitting that on cooldown here, because that's how you're gonna get, you don't have map control right now, you don't have vision. One way to get it back is to use these Ashe arrows and hawk shots.
It's going to be difficult. Life is just melted as he has to flash away from this one. Clid has to play the front line, as this is not really the messy fight you're looking for if you're HANWHA Life Esports. A lot of chip damage and poke available in the form of Azir and Lucian. As now, just like that, they're going to go straight onto this Baron. Zeka has Smite. He's going to be too late. Yeah, he's not going to get here on time.
And they get nothing with Kingen on the side, unfortunately. It's Krugs. Krugs for Baron. But they can't commit to this fight without any sort of control, and with life being pushed back there, all he could have offered was a long-range arrow, but no follow-up damage. They didn't have control of the mid-wave either. And you asked the question, you know, can HANWHA actually play their 4-1 and play the sides and get Zeka ahead? It's been Kingen who's been the one with this Kassadin that is 4,000 gold behind, who has just been grouped for no fights and no commits and no engages. And I think we have our answer, is the win condition hasn't been properly set up. There were some really poor calls and some tunnel vision for HANWHA in the mid-game, which again, I think a lot of teams would have made those same mistakes.
And Genji made fantastic, you know, plays with the opportunities they were given as well. Like, they were always in position. The follow-up was fantastic, so props to them as well.
Genji just kind of using their setup and their turn and their lead here to group around objectives, not take them.
So Pace has Cleanse, and also Delight has Mikhail's. So
yeah,
you got to use that CC, but you got to use it a lot. It's got to be a bunch, as Peanut can solo Zeka still.
The Mikhail's and the Cleanse here, this late in the game, you have those options. The longer the game goes on, the more difficult it can be. The arrow is already halfway back. We're 2/3 back. Look at how quick it comes back, Valdez. It's level 11, but need to use it here to find a pick. Where's the follow-up?
Okay, well, Viper is going to go down as, oh man, a double kill as Pace just gets in there and Zeka can't do anything. Just immediately melted as Clit is ulting the wave, I guess. Doesn't matter, as his team is just gone already. That is going to do it for game number 3. Genji with triple Infernal and super fed Chovy alongside a Pace, who eventually hit his spikes and did insane amounts of damage. A little bit anticlimactic, but Genji were in the lead the whole way since the mid-game, and they are going to take down this Nexus.
Torin with the claps, as he was the one who clapped in that game. So much tunnel on him. He turned things around so quickly, so well. And this is a game in a lot of ways that HANWHA lost more than Genji won, but you can see they had a plan in the draft. They banned the Maokai, one of the most punishing junglers, Clid Camp's bottom side. We can give like 5 out of 5 stars for how the first 15 minutes of the game went for HANWHA Life. They were oppressive, they were clean, Zeka played the laning phase basically perfectly. It's what happens after the plan